Welcome back to WWE Aftershock. This is Mark Rodriguez.
And I'm shopping.
And this is Jenny Rodriguez, and we're reviewing SummerSlam 2017.
Now to start SummerSlam proper, we have John Cena, of course everyone's favorite John Cena, it depends. Yes, going against Baron Corbin. Apparently Baron Corbin was Mr. Money in the Bank. He was the one that won the event. And his thing was that, I guess, a match between Hogan. Why am I saying Hogan? A match between John Cena and I guess Jinder Mahal. Corbin tried to cash in, but thanks to Cena, it got messed up and he lost his chance. So this is the first time in a while that we've seen someone with the Money in the Bank briefcase try to cash in and fail, because the last couple of times with Seth Rollins and Sheamus, they actually did win the title thanks to that. So it's kind of weird that this, messed up. But, it can't always be a success because that's where the action lies, So Corbin is very angry and now wants to fight against John Cena, so they fought it out. And yeah, it's a pretty good match. I did want to see it because, of course, John Cena, like him or hate him, he's still a good wrestler. And Corbin, he just wants to mess people up. He just wants to hurt people. So I really want to see how they both go at it. And another thing about John Cena is at the beginning they were also taunting, since everybody was saying the whole John Cena sucks or whatever, people were saying, let's go Cena, Cena sucks. And Cena actually played along, pointing at that, kind of rubbing in his face that, like me or hate me, they're talking about me. No one's talking about you and everything. And in the end, John Cena did hit him with the AA, and he actually won. I'm surprised that Corbin didn't kick out or anything, because yeah, one AA was all it took, and John Cena won and everything. And apparently people are saying that, I guess in the real life, maybe Corbin pissed people off backstage or something, and that's why he got buried in this match. So the next match, which is the one that you really wanted to see, was for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, Natalya versus Naomi, Feel the Glow, in which Naomi actually customized the belt to shine and glow with different colors, different neon colors, and even Natalya's like ever since you got that, you disrespected, you turned it into a toy, into an object, what the hell, and all that. So yeah, it was a good match. Both women gave it all. The only thing I complain about, I just really hate Naomi's weird, stupid kicks. They don't even look like they even connect. That's the only thing that was kind of, But anyways, Natalya did end up winning in the end. She did get Naomi in the sharpshooter, and, she just tapped out.
She did the sharpshooter twice, and first time I thought she was going to do it. I thought, oh, this has to be it. So I'm preparing the camera for a picture. And then Naomi got out. I think she actually threw Natalya into the turnbuckle. I think. I don't remember anymore. Either that or I'm fusing different moves. But anyway, Natalya caught Naomi when Naomi was trying to body slam her or something. Caught Naomi with, this is so hard saying she. Okay, Natalya caught Naomi with her knee and then put her in a sharpshooter again for the second time. And that's the time she had to tap out. But I'm very happy of how Natalya's character is anymore. It's mean, evil. She's supposed to be the bitch now. I love Natalya stuff. I don't care for the character too much, but she was really rubbing it in, being so cocky about it. That kind of annoyed me, but to be honest, she really did deserve that. She hasn't had a belt for freaking 7 years. Last time they said she won a championship was 2010, and I think after that she went to I don't know what they call it, to taxi or walk with TJ and Cesaro, and finally she was more active in the women's division, and they kept screwing her over, so she finally got the chance to be #1 top contender for the belt. Mm-hmm. So she finally had a chance, and I really was hoping she won it, and she did. And I hope freaking what's her name Carmella doesn't screw it over.
Yeah.
Or anybody screw it over.
Okay, so now the next match was Big Show versus Big Cass Oh yeah, Big Show, Big Cass. And I guess to prevent any interruption, Enzo was now in the shark cage.
Breaking news, WWE NXT Women's Champion Asuka suffers injury at WWE NXT TakeOver, Brooklyn 3.
Oh wow, I wonder if she'll be okay so she doesn't have to like give up the title or anything. But let me see. So basically, Enzo and Cass are separated now. They made Cass attack them and everything. From what I hear, they were buddies backstage, so it kind of sucks that, you know, for storyline purposes, they have to, you know, separate and everything. So Big Show got involved, and the big match was Big Show versus Big Cass with Enzo up in the cage to prevent, you know, him from cheating and everything. And well, basically another thing was in another match, I guess, between Anderson and Gallows in the episode of Raw, SmackDown, whatever. Big Show got his hand busted up on on the cage itself. I guess they were showing off the cage or whatever. So they slammed it a couple of times on Big Show's hand. So Big Show did arrive with a bandaged up hand right off the bat. And as you would expect, Big Cass would be targeting the hand a lot. And there was a lot of things where Big Show was doing his moves, forgetting that his hand is messed up. His famous knockout punch, would do the knockout punch with the bad hand and be all like, oh man, or do a choke slam and, you know, be in pain because of his hand. And the thing that everyone pissed off and got annoyed, I think he got annoyed too, is that Enzo would just not shut the hell up. He was just barking, it's like weird deep voices, so just, like the whole time. He just wasn't shutting up. And in the end, well, two things happened at the same time almost. In the end, Big Show did hit him with the knockout punch, but with the left hand. Why am I doing that? With the left hand, and I guess it wasn't strong enough to knock out Cass. He would still get up, and Enzo, he started taking off his clothes and everything. He was trying to squeeze through the bars of the cage, and he pulled out oil to oil himself up and whatever, and he finally managed to squeeze out of the cage. So Cass defeated Big Show, and Enzo appeared and just got a big boot and got knocked out too. So all that was for nothing. All that stuff about him trying to squeeze out of the cage was for nothing. And Cass defeated them both. Let me just double check, because it's been a long day. I'm starting to forget who actually won, who lost, who whatever. But yeah, Big Cass did win. But I think that surprised me the most was that. All that like hoopla about Enzo trying to slip out of the cage just to get a big boot, and that's it. And more backstage rumors. I heard that Enzo has been, I guess, annoying backstage. No one likes him backstage. Apparently there was a rumor that they were on a tour bus or something, and Roman Reigns kicked him out of the bus because he couldn't stand him. Enzo, like, no one likes him, I guess, in real life backstage. And they're all, you know those buses they gotta take to go from town to town. Roman Reigns kicked him out because he was just pissing everybody off.
Where did you hear this from?
Just random backstage stories and rumors. I see lots of wrestling websites. But the thing is, apparently Enzo is afraid of heights. So to punish him, that's why they made him go in the cage.
To punish him? For what?
For being annoying.
Okay, so I'm gonna really get this out of the way. A match that was really not impressed in this pay-per-view was the one with Randy Orton versus Rusev. That fight was really short. It lasted I think less than 10 seconds. And, Randy Orton, he's a good wrestler, and he defeated Rusev, but just the way it's just I don't know, it was just too short of a fight, and not really that impressed, to be honest, for a pay-per-view especially.
The match only lasted 10 seconds. 10 seconds. So not counting, this is after the bell run, okay? So not counting Rusev's pre-match assault, when the match actually started, Randy Orton hit him with the RKO, and that's it.
Okay, one of the matches I actually liked was the women's match with Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. Now, of course, Sasha Banks defeated Alexa Bliss by a submission. But Alexa's a really good wrestler. She had a lot of fight in it, and she was kicking ass for the most part. I mean, I think that the only reason why they made Sasha Banks, won the match is just because she's more popular than Alexa Bliss. But I don't know. I feel like Alexa Bliss is more like a genuine type of wrestler. Like, she's really there to beat people up. She's not there to be doing the whole Instagram thing, like, oh, I want to come out in the picture. They're not. I don't know if she's in that reality show, but at least in the ring, she looks like she's there to fight, and she can really kick ass. Like yeah. So I actually like that match, and now that I have discovered Alexa Bliss, because it's the first time I actually see her fight, yeah, she actually has the talent for this kind of thing in the WWE world.
So anyways, in the match, Alexa Bliss was really strong. She came out strong. I felt bad for Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks was just, I mean, she was doing almost nothing. She was just getting her ass kicked so badly. And, like, Alexa was just throwing all the offense and everything. And Sasha Banks was barely doing anything. She would barely get up, do something, and fall back down because she was so badly beaten. So, like, I don't know. I mean, I was expecting more of a tough match between the two, where I guess more evenly matched, and they were really going at it. But instead, it was almost a squash match with Alexa Bliss just beating the crap out of Sasha Banks. But near the end, they were doing all these submission moves and trying to reverse one another and whatever, until Sasha Banks finally got her in the bank statement, and with nowhere to go, Alexa Bliss tapped out, and Sasha Banks is the new Raw Women's Champion. But all I'm asking is that this time, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. I don't want her to lose it on Raw or whatever. Alexa Bliss is, pissed off. She's posting on Twitter like this isn't over yet and all that stuff. She wants her title back. And I know people love her a lot. She has a lot of heat. She's the goddess and all that. But please, this time, give her a title run. Even they were saying like she's, I forgot to say 3-time or 4-time champion. And I'm like, dude, that barely means anything. She's only been a champion for a day. So this time, for the love of everything, I know you guys love your Alexa Bliss, but give Sasha her title run. Let her survive at least a month or something if you want Alexa to get the title back so badly. But let her at least survive for a month or something.
Another match I found, I wouldn't say like super like, whoa, interesting, like, oh, I can't wait to watch that fight, but peculiar or unique was probably the one with Finn, how do you pronounce his last name? Balor or Baylor? I don't know how you pronounce his name. But Finn, I would just say Finn Baylor, the one that he was fighting with Bray Wyatt, and of course he defeated Bray Wyatt in that match. I'm not like a big fan of none of them, but at least like match wise, like at least like the kind of gimmick that Finn Baylor is trying to present himself, like it's very interesting. He really looked like he's a comic book character coming to life. Of course, Bray Wyatt is very weird too. But yeah, Baylor has a very interesting appearance. Like he's like have black makeup, like black almost like everywhere. Like he's just like a very dark looking character, and then he's like falling in the ring like he was a cat or something. I don't know. It's just very very interesting. And sometimes you watch certain matches, like especially like the Randy Orton fight that was super short. You kind of at least see that at least this match was kind of interesting, and yeah, I found it kind of interesting.
I guess Bray Wyatt's picking on Finn Balor. He beat him up a couple of times, but now Finn Balor is, of course, you got your demons, I have my demons, and now he's the demon. And I gotta say, they gave real cool makeup this time. Like, I don't know, look, the colors on his makeup was real bright, and were real bright, and it didn't like smear off. I don't think it actually smeared off during the whole match, and if it did, maybe a little bit. But anyways, as you would expect, Bray Wyatt gave a decent match, more or less, but Finn Balor still won. And what can I say? It's the same thing I always say. I really wish that Bray Wyatt would just step it up, or just be allowed to step it up, because he's a good wrestler, he's got good skills, he's awesome on the mic, and all that creepy stuff. But the thing is, all the creepiness and all the follow the buzzards doesn't mean crap if he just loses all the time. And the thing is, I really think he should have won, because Finn Balor is such a beloved character and the demon and all that stuff, that if Bray Wyatt actually took him down in an impressive manner, like fighting clean and all that stuff, like people would have probably been, I mean, that would have helped build up his character. That would have helped, like, oh man, Bray Wyatt beat up the demon Finn Balor. Like, that would have been something. But as it is, the Eater of Worlds is, he's basically a joke and all that stuff. Okay, so the next match we had here was Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins teaming up against Cesaro and Sheamus, who are the tag team champions. And, well, by now Cesaro and Sheamus do get along on that stuff, and now they're doing the fusion pose. That's kind of funny. They did that at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view, and I actually thought that was just like a one-time thing, but I guess now they're doing it all the time, so that's kind of cool. But, yeah, the big question was, of course, can Dean Ambrose and Rollins get along? Because, of course, as you all know, Rollins was a big traitor. Rollins was the one that attacked both Dean and Roman Reigns and everything back then when they were the Shield. So the big thing was, can they get along? And yeah, they actually did. They kicked a lot of ass. Dean Ambrose was the one that was getting beaten down quite a bit before Rollins could finally get in there. And yeah, they did a good match. What can I say? They did a good job. Cesaro and Sheamus did a good job trying very hard to keep Ambrose away from tagging Rollins. And we got to see all the good moves. I think Ambrose got smacked by the bro kick and everything. And they were doing a good job. They were doing all they could. Like Cesaro was trying hard to really finish off Seth Rollins while Sheamus was outside trying to make sure that Dean Ambrose would not interfere. But in the end, the awesome team of Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins won the match, and now they are the new tag team champions. And again, that's more title reigns because Neville's a new champion, Sasha Banks is a new champion, what's her name? Natalia is a new champion, and now we got new tag team champions. So almost every match has been title changes left and right. It was a title change mania, and that was like so weird. But we'll see what happens with Cesaro and Sheamus, how long they're going to last. Apparently, this also makes Dean Ambrose the Grand Slam champion. The Grand Slam champion is, I believe, when you have at least 4 different titles. So he has had, well, he was the WWE champion in general. And, he's been an Intercontinental champion. I think he was a tag team champion back when he was with the Shield. He was the world champion back before he made the Universal, and now he's a champion again for the other tag team. So he's a Grand Slam champion, and that's pretty awesome. And, we'll see what happens after that. Let's see how long Rollins and Dean Ambrose can last together.
Oh, but the icing on the cake is in this match. There was this interesting match with AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens, and let's just say that Shane McMahon is not really the best referee, I can say that. And yeah, the match was just very intense. It was very action-packed. But of course, what made it feel kind of like, oh my god, like how why is he even a referee? You sometimes feel like saying like, why is he a referee? Because then Kevin Owens would be complaining that the referee's not counting fast enough. He's like come on, 1, 2, 3 already, so it was very interesting in that aspect.
That was the time where I forgot who has the submission move, because I think Owens actually had AJ Styles in a submission move, and AJ Styles actually tapped out, but since Shane wasn't there to see it, it didn't count. And, they kept fighting. There were lots of close pins and everything, and Shane would, not call it fast enough. They would get in his face until finally Owens did get in his face. They started shoving each other. Shane shoved them, but AJ took advantage to hit Owens with the Styles Clash, and AJ won the match. But people might say that this might actually lead to a feud between Owens and Shane O'Mac.
Another interesting match they had that they really wanted to give it an international appeal is that they had this, match with Jinder Mahal from India, and then you have Shinsuke Nakamura, I guess he's from Japan. And yeah, it's very interesting. It was a very good match. Personally, I felt like Shinsuke has more charisma, he's just more dynamic. He fights very much like how luchador fights, or like how Japanese wrestlers fights, because they pretty much fight alike, very much based with a lot of technique. But Shinsuke also has a lot of gimmick, a lot of characters. So I felt like he could have pretty much won the match, but I guess they wanted to favor Jinder Mahal. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. So yeah.
Of course, Jinder Mahal, people got so mad at him because he was basically a jobber. He was no one, but such a coincidence that WWE wants to have their marketing now in India. I think the network is now available in India. Then now this Indian Jinder Mahal won the title to represent India, blah, 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 blah. So now Shinsuke Nakamura, the seizure master, I guess, because he keeps doing it. He has an awesome intro, though. I do like the intro, and I do like the people in the background, the audience humming along with the song. But, yeah, it was for the title, and they fought it out, and unfortunately, I mean, what can I say? It was an interesting match. Nakamura did a good job, but it just ended the way that it usually ends.
That's all I say. Shinsuke is oddball. I would like him to win, but he's a freaking oddball.
Yeah. In the end, since Jinder Mahal has this two little idiots there, like they used to do it with Seth Rollins, the same thing, the J&J security, these two guys would jump in and cheat, and unfortunately it was no different this time. When Nakamura was about to win, they come in, and while Nakamura is busy taking them both out, Jinder grabs them, defeats them, and he's still the champion, and everyone is booing like crazy, because Nakamura has an insane fan base that it would have just rocked the house if he won the title. But people were predicting that since there were so many title changes in the match, and even the announcers were saying that, wow, lots of title changes and everything, they were going to at least have Jinder Mahal keep the title. So I guess he will still be the modern day Maharaja a while longer. But hopefully Nakamura will have a rematch. It would be so awesome if in a rematch he does win the title, because that would be epic if he won. But yeah.
Oh, yes, and the final four-way match. This match actually had really good potential to be a very good match, and I'm not saying it wasn't good in the beginning. This was the one with Brock Lesnar, with Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe. From what I remember, Braun Strowman was really wild. He was really out of his mind when he knocked down Brock Lesnar. I guess he got dropped out of the ring, fell on the floor, and then he actually had the audacity to pick up the announcement table and to slam it over Brock Lesnar. Now, of course, there's like a lot of commotion. Paul Heyman, it's usually like they're like I don't know, like his manager, I guess, for Brock Lesnar, his fanboy. He's always there supporting him. He was like, oh no, whatever. And then, they called the ambulance and they took him out, and people were super like, holy crap, like this Strowman's not kidding, like he's really out there, like he really wanted to, beat up Brock Lesnar, and so the fight still keeps going even without Brock Lesnar. But then what I didn't really like is that, and this just makes it seem so, and people have said that he has done this before, that Brock Lesnar somehow came back. He came back, like, even though they took him out in the ambulance and that little, chair thing he put you when you're knocked out, like, he came back in the ring. And then he defeated Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, and Samoa Jones. Like it's like, it just takes off a lot of credibility in the fight when no matter how big you are as Brock Lesnar, you got that beaten up, and then you're supposed to be in the hospital, and then you somehow come back in the ring and beat them up and win the fight. Like, of course, when Brock Lesnar won, he's still like in a very bad shape, and the announcers are like, oh my god, he's never gonna be back again. Yes, he will be back. Come on now. If he survived a big old announcement table getting hit against him and that didn't kill him, yes, he'll be back. So honestly, that was very disappointing. It was very predictable. People have said that they have done it before, that he has done it before, and it's just like people need to write a new script when they make these pay-per-view events. That's like the only fight I could actually really complain about, because I feel like it just takes credibility whatsoever for the entire WWE universe. We all know wrestling's not 100% real, but come on, at least don't be that dead obvious. I mean, that's just so cartoonish. It's like beyond logic. It's just dumb. It's dumb, and it just makes you feel like you wasted your time watching that. Especially now, that was like a regular like match that's not like the, oh my god, like the main event. Like, yeah, I guess, but this is the fight that's supposed to end the event, and it just I'm sorry, that came off really weak in my opinion, and I don't think not many people really like that fight. Correct? I could be wrong, but I don't think many people like that. It's it's too predictable. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, that these other fights were still pretty good. Yeah.
We're going to say it was a good match, but I think everyone agrees the biggest thing of it was that Braun Strowman basically destroyed Brock Lesnar. He basically made Brock Lesnar his bitch. And not counting, I guess, Goldberg beating him up in seconds, like, with Brock Lesnar, he just beat the living crap out of him. Strowman threw Lesnar through 2 different announcement tables and then picked up the Mexican announcement table and slammed it on top of him. And Lesnar was basically, I guess, taken out by the ambulance or something, but he would still come back and keep fighting. But the thing is, we have never seen Lesnar beat up in such a manner. Like, he fought against The Undertaker, but it was a bit more evenly matched. Goldberg took him down in seconds, so we never really got to see, like, Goldberg just beat the crap out of him. It was just like, you know, jackhammer and that's it. But here, like, I don't know, like, the Beast, Brock Lesnar, couldn't do anything against Strowman. Lesnar even tried to pick him up for one of the suplexes, and he still couldn't do it. Like, he couldn't pick him up. And, oh, God, that was funny. Does it say who that guy in the green was? Oh, Mojo Rawley. So Mojo Rawley is one of the guys dressed up as
That's the green one. I couldn't figure out who it was.
Yeah, but yeah. So Braun Strowman just basically destroyed Brock Lesnar, and what can I say? Braun Strowman's just a monster. He beat the crap out of Samoa Joe as well. He beat the crap out of Roman Reigns and everything. And yeah, it was just wow. It was just amazing. We never seen such a display of power. And like I said, we have never seen Brock Lesnar just beaten. Like, I mean, this actually made Brock Lesnar look weak. Like, I don't know what Heyman's excuse is going to be, like, the next day. Like, what's his excuses to cover it up? But we have never seen Brock Lesnar just beat up like a piece of crap. Like, jeez. So anyways, in the end, the last guys in the ring were Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And of course, by now, Lesnar was kind of wobbly. He was kind of, you know, tired or whatever. And Roman Reigns, they kept building up the fact that no one has had more matches against Lesnar than Reigns did and everything. So Reigns kept hitting him with spears and stuff, and I could have sworn everybody was so pissed because that's like the last person you want to win. So Reigns, every time he did his ooh and all that stuff to, you know, finish it, everybody was just booing. But in the end, somehow, Brock Lesnar still defeated Roman Reigns, and everyone cheered because, of course, everyone hates Roman Reigns and everything. But Brock Lesnar still won. He's still the champion. He's still the reigning, defending WWE Universal Champion. But the big thing is that he never defeated Strowman, though. We did see him throw away Samoa Joe and Reigns, but the big thing is he didn't defeat Strowman. He won by defeating someone else. Throughout the whole match, there was not one thing Lesnar could do against Strowman, and that's a big deal. So I really hope to build a rivalry. I really hope we have a feud. We have some kind of one-on-one match in the next pay-per-view or something like that.
Is that the comic box you're talking about? It's like $59.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the thing. That's the big shocker. And, well, I know you were kind of sleeping during that time, but what are your thoughts on Strowman just being the living crap out of Lesnar?
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
Well, yeah. So we'll see what happens. And it was like so crazy because, like, I mean, I gotta give credit to Paul Heyman. He's a good actor and everything. He's a good promo guy, but he was like, no. He was like flipping the hell out seeing his Beast getting defeated. So we'll see what happens. I missed Raw, but I'll see the updates or whatever on what happened because I really want to see what kind of excuse or whatever Paul Heyman's gonna do to still make Lesnar look good, even though he was beating up like a bitch.
So this is Johnny Rodriguez, and thank you for watching in this very special episode of the WWE Aftershock.
The next big episode of WWE Aftershock is going to be Survivor Series, but that'll be, of course, near the end of the year. So we'll see you then. Once again, this is Mark Rodriguez here.
Girl shopping.
See you next time.